They get in your clothes, in your furniture, and especially they get into your head. Bed bugs seem to be popping up more and more these days, and one politician wants to do something about it. Spencer Chandra Herbert is the NDP MLA for Vancouver West End, and he's on the line now. Hello.
Good afternoon.
This is an issue. It's crept in for the last few years, but more and more pervasive. A lot of people being affected all over the city. Why are you speaking up about this now?
Well, first off, bed bugs are disgusting, and I hope I never, ever have to deal with them in my own home, but my constituents in the West End and also people across BC that I talk to are just, at wit's end if they have to deal with them, and we need to do something. Too many apartments, I bet you probably every single rental apartment in the West End has had to deal with bed bugs at some point. The fanciest hotels have to deal with bed bugs, and, incredibly expensive to try and eradicate them once you've got them. I hear from people who end up throwing out all their furniture, their clothes, not sleeping at night, relationships splitting up, friends who won't come over, and friends who won't have people over because of bed bugs.
Well, you just yourself said they were disgusting, so that speaks to some of the mental anguish that falls on people, the stigma attached to it, the worry, the concern. But the bottom line is that people don't get sick from them, technically, and that's why health officials have said it's not a public health issue. What would you like the province to do about this?
Well, I think I looked to what Ontario just launched in January. They've launched a $5 million educational campaign for landlords, for tenants, for the general public, because they have been spreading, and partly because people don't know how bed bugs get transferred. They don't know how to deal with them if they have them. And I think BC needs to take a stronger stand with landlords and renters to work with them to educate them on how to stop them. And that's things like don't bring in the beautiful couch that you see in the alleyway that you think is going to be ideal for your home, because chances are somebody got rid of it potentially because it has a bed bug. It has bed bugs. People need to learn how to look for them, and landlords also need to be helped in learning how to treat them. I think of a constituent who's been dealing with bed bugs for over a year, partly because the landlord that they had wasn't really aware of how to treat them. So they contracted a company. The company came in, fumigated or did whatever they needed to do to get rid of the bugs in their apartment, but they only did it once. They didn't manage to get rid of all the bed bugs, and of course then the tenant had to go back again and say, actually I need the help again. Well, they got in a big fight with the landlord, because the landlord said, no, you don't have bed bugs, I'll come take a look. They took a look, they didn't see them immediately. So the person then went about trying to trap these things and actually brought them into my office to say, hey, look, proof, I've got them, please help. And it wasn't malice. The landlord wanted to do the best job they could. They just didn't know anything about how to treat them.
And also, I mean, not everybody in an apartment building pretty much needs to get treated once they're in the building, and you can't always get everybody living there to agree to getting treatment, especially if you're in a strata or condo. I mean, every place is different, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, well, people will think, I don't have them. Well, the suite next door might, or the suite across the hall, or above, or below. And so if you just treat the one suite, well, the bed bugs, as tiny and disgusting as they are, they're kind of smart. So they go to the next suite, run away from the things they don't like, and go and move into your home. And so really education is key here.
Have you spoken to anyone in government about this?
Well, I spoke with folks at BC Housing about what they do. I know they're struggling because some of the treatments they use turn out not to be effective. So they've certainly been looking at what's effective, but so far the problem just seems to be getting worse.
And you mentioned it is expensive. Are you suggesting the government should get involved and help people with the cost?
Well, I think first off, we need to take a preventative approach, because once you've got them, it's too late. If you have them, you're going to have to either steam everything you own, which, in some of the hotels in the downtown east side, they've got, I think the Portland Hotel Society has a room that you can put in your beds and put in your furniture and so on, and heat them up to such a degree it kills them all. That's very expensive to do. I'd much prefer if we were able to educate first off, and then the treatment would come secondly if we need to go that distance.
And is that the province's responsibility or the health regions?
Well, the province, of course, health is a provincial responsibility, and I think that whether it's through the health regions or whether it's through working with BC apartment owners, working with municipalities, there's a whole range of ways that we could deal with this. What I'd like the government to do is take a look at what Manitoba's done, take a look at what Ontario's done, and also look globally and see exactly what's working, because, I'm one guy looking on the internet trying to find some way to deal with it. I think that a more institutional approach to this would be better and lead to a better response provincially.
Thank you for your time this afternoon talking about it and raising more awareness.
Thank you, and may you never have a bed bug in your life.
Doing my best to avoid it. I'm somewhat, like almost many people in the city, once you know someone who's gone through it, you want to do your best to avoid it for sure.
Oh, yes. Have a good one.
You too. Spencer Chandra Herbert is the NDP MLA for Vancouver West End. What do you think? Do you think the provincial government should take action on bed bugs, do something? Do you have a story?